All right, we thank you for joining us for this segment, newspaper review, which has the newspaper reviewer Chukwudi Okole Obaja already flipping through the papers.
Yes, just to keep the viewer happy. Yes, that's our job.
All right, and so we begin with the leadership.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's only Victor. Then
1-0, my. Sorry, I mean, good morning, my brother. Is this Arsenal this thing against?
Let's just start. Now, the leadership has quite a number of stories, and what looks like the lead story here reads: cooking gas prices rise as petrol hike bites harder. That story is on page 26. And mixed reactions greet IGP Disu's inauguration of panel on state police is on page 4. Okay, above the nameplate, El Rufai to ICPC, I'll only respond to your allegations in court. You get details of that on page 7. And beside it, intra-party squabbles distracting INEC from core mandate, says Amukmito. Details on page 4. And just below the nameplate, Tinubu proposes grid asset company to fix power sector. It's on page 7. And to the left side pieces, if you like, gridlock, president suspends airport cashless policies on page 26. Sharia court judge blames insecurity on Nigeria's broken justice system on page 18. Uncle tells court how niece's body was found in boyfriend Killer Boy's apartment. It's on page 7, interesting. And NRC targets Zamfara rail service revival, unveils vision to modernize network. Okay, that's also on page 27. And security beefed up in Abuja as U.S. warns of possible pro-Iran protests. You get details on page 18. And that takes us to the blueprint. INEC to political parties, leadership tussles, unnecessary litigations, threat to democracy. EPMC hails review of party regulations and guidelines. Okay, above that story, no politician will go to hell for political sins. That's according to Shomole, and it's on page 15. In business, CBN's total gold holdings rise to $3.5 billion. That's according to Cardoso, on page 19. And in sports, FIFA dashes Nigeria's World Cup dream. OK's DR Congo is on page 32. And above the nameplate, Chief of Army Staff unveils locally made combat vehicles, hails Tinubu's defense policy. You got details of that on page 7. Of course, there's also the story on the new IGP, Tunji Disu, who, of course, we'll be discussing this morning. And down to the bottom, U.S., Israel, Iran face-off. Ondo transporters hike fares by 50%. It's on page 7. What's the relationship? Okay, Tinubu suspends cashless policy at airports. It's on page 9. And in Oyo, 43-year-old man kills brother over alleged attack in Dream. It's on page 14. And finally from here, power. President proposes grid asset management company to end transmission crisis. Is on page 18. Ademola.
All right, thank you, Victor. I have the Daily Trust newspaper, and just below the nameplate, alleged terror financing, court faces Malami Sons trial for March 10. Federal government places 6-year moratorium on establishment of tertiary institutions. Details of that story can be found on page 5. Nigeria's World Cup hopes dashed as FIFA upholds DRC Congo's DRC Sports. That's on page 30. State police framework begins. That's the major headline of that of this paper. The details of that can be found on page 3 and 4. Tinubu suspends cashless policy at airports. Despite completing terminals without buses, FCTA to build more. Details on page 16. Man allegedly kills brother for shooting him in dream. Chooks.
That'll be Africa. You don't be surprised that one preacher may even have fired his imagination, you know. But seriously, first of all, you have to check whether the man is exactly, you understand. Not be everybody wear better cloth like Demola, nine not be Chris Mano. Insanity, the route to insanity is graded. You could be called cranky. From cranky, you could be called deranged. From deranged, you could be called mad. From mad, you could be called raving mad. You take off your clothes, you say to Joshua Market, here I come, you know? So it depends on what's happening there. But let me say, now that he has killed his brother, because in the dream,
He appeared in the dream.
he does still kill him, not be double loss for your family. Africa.
It's like this.
You know what they say? You pity the child whose father killed the mother, because both of them effectively are gone.
Exactly. they are preparing the route to being orphaned. Okay, state police, I can only say I am happy the things we projected are happening. That's it. It was a matter of time. Then Grid Asset Management Company. I don't actually understand what the president is driving at here. I've not read the story fully. But right now, you would feel Nigerian electricity needs to be fixed, my brother. You don't open mouth, you know. It's terribly wrong the way things are going now. So whatever palliatives or remedial measures we enlist or enforce on the matter would be highly welcome, as long as there are results, you know, coming up. Yeah, Amugwito is telling us that leadership tussle, unnecessary litigations are a threat to democracy. The people who they tell, they go listen. You know, what we do about politics in this country is simply nauseating. You begin to think, are they really jostling for the benefit of the people?
Or
Because if Victor and Chukwudi are in the same political party, and Chukwudi sees that Victor has ideas, programs, and policies being lined up to do exactly what I want to do for the people, is it not natural for me to queue up behind Victor and say, we support you? What is that tussle all about? That's where the personal interest creeps into a national assignment. What should be a national assignment? Well, people will keep on blaming Nigerian politicians. I've adopted my African village way of looking at things. That politician that comes to Abuja and begins to do what he couldn't do before because he didn't have capacity to do those things, his thieving attitude started from your village. Your king could actually have given him a chieftaincy. And when DSS and EFCC chased him to your village, you actually stopped the DSS at the gate, welcome him into the village, red carpet treatment. So who really is Nigeria's problem in terms of corruption? That's the point. We have to talk to ourselves. Solve certain things the African way. That's my take on it.
mindset.
Now that we are still talking politics, and I'm wondering why it is just yesterday you declared your interest in going into politics, that Senator Shomole is saying no politician will go to hell for political sins.
I saw Senator Shomole and Ruben Abati debating that he didn't say that once you come into APC, your sins are forgiven. I've forgiven that debate. This one I knew Warabi. When did he become Angelo Shomole? When did he become God's spokesman? Look, just leave me alone, eh?
No, but this is about hell. So is it the devil's spokesman? Because the devil is the one that
you're looking at me intensely. This is about hell. As if you're seeing a candidate for hell in me.
Yeah, because you want to join political party. You want to join politics.
I will join after you.
You will never join.
I'll never join. Rufai says, I'll answer you in court, which I think is reasonable talk. It doesn't want to engage in more, you know, because I said once, for me, Wike is trying now, but for Chukwudi Okulu Ubaja, Abuja's development stopped where Erufai stopped. All those string of ministers, I don't see what they do. Wike is now trying to add to what Erufai did. He's my champion. But in terms of what he says, I've always cautioned caution, you know? So I like the fact that he doesn't want to talk this time around. I'll meet you in court.
Yeah, he's trying to be cautious now.
He's trying to be cautious.
Yeah,
policy,
the federal government, okay, go ahead.
The cashless policy, the airport is now suspended.
It was geared
says the
towards,
president.
you know, checking corruption, sharp practices and all that. But you can see that
We are
the
not ready
platform
for
for getting it properly done doesn't seem to be in place. Flights are being delayed. People cannot go for easy pickup by those who have come to take them. It's chaos there.
But shouldn't that
I'm sure
have been
it will still
checked?
come.
Shouldn't that have been checked? You know, get it
You're
working
saying,
well
why should
before
we put the
implementation?
cart before the horse?
That is the thing.
Some false steps are a mark of being in Africa. Who lament?
I guess they were just in a hurry
They're in a hurry.
for the implementation
They're in a
of that cashless system.
But I like things that institutionalize the ways you fight corruption. This is supposed to be one of them.
Yeah, but they should have, fine-tuned
Exactly,
it before
that's Victor's
starting.
point, really.
The federal government places 6 years moratorium on establishment of tertiary institutions.
Well, yeah. First of all, I'm one of those who say that we should clean up education, the education sector. I am not here to sound egotistic or egoist, but the quality of people I see come out of our tertiary institutions these days, they don't quite hit that mark I thought we demonstrated in our own time. Can you see it? In our own time? I said we, our own time. So in terms of quality, I think we might need to sit back first and again
Improve.
Yeah, and improve. Work out ways to actually make a graduate a graduate. And I like the way they're going now. After the mass communications department went into so many units and all that, so that you can specialize. What it means now is that when you come out with a degree, it will be a degree that will help you acquire a skill to make you relevant. Otherwise, they were just taking you to that point where critical mass will be affected in such a way that you fit into things easily. But this is now specialization. So if this happens to be one of the things they do to make sanitize education so that it becomes more beneficial to people, I will really appreciate it. Because so many things are wrong in that sector.
So many things are wrong.
So many things.
Nigeria's World Cup hopes dashed. Oh, you want to say
It's
something?
been dashed a long time ago.
Well, they just confirmed
That's
it.
attempting to go through the window.
I just come here. I come here to have serious discussions. You guys have a way of dropping me to where I don't want to. Which World Cup?
That's an attempt to go into the house through the window.
You want to qualify through the back door?
Well, you never can tell, though.
They are lucky I wasn't on that panel. They wouldn't have heard anything concerning that
God
matter.
works in mysterious ways.
The next thing, you become prayer warriors on the pitch.
The people
Taribo
from DR Congo don't
Taribo
worship
West
God.
was leading the pack. They pray as if members of the people they are playing, the team they are playing, they are not children of God.
No, I
beg Boko and leave me alone.
I found this one curious.
What is
Uncle
it?
tells court how Nissy's body was found in boyfriend Killer Boy's apartment. Who dates a killer boy, by the way?
Who dates a killer boy? A woman can pretend for 10 years. When you marry her, you get to know who he is. A boy could also pretend for so many years that you think you are marrying.
And his name is Killer Boy. His
you are
nickname.
marrying what do you call those people on horseback who fight on something on white horse? What do you call him? Oh no, I've forgotten what you call them. You think you're marrying somebody who's going to make your life happy ever after. So these things happen. Human beings can be terrible. People can pretend. So asking me who marries them.
I'm saying it didn't marry him. It's a boyfriend.
Yeah.
But that he had the nickname Killer Boy.
Oh, Killer Boy. I think it was, it's just like what one preacher in Lagos said about the boy that died, the musician that died. Mohbad.
Mohbad.
He said see name himself, Mobad. You know, let's not malign the dead. But he was trying to make a point, you know.
Well,
now, good name, then follow animal where they bush, they answer. Lion, elephant, but not millipede.
Okay, thank you very much, Chooks. Keep
I know
doing
you
what
have
you
been
know how to
waiting to
do
kick me
better.
out.
And when you know better, do better. Okay.
He's showing me. You know well.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow, Chooks.
Thank you so much.